Mic check 1 2 3. I'm going live in 3 2 1. Hello and good evening, people. I hope you had a wonderful evening. And now we're here with the evening session of TalentHut Online Language Club. Those who are watching for the first time, I welcome you to the session, and those who are watching regularly, thanks for joining us. So, in our previous session, we read an interesting article about 13 things that can happen when we quit the social media. Well, we are quite addicted to social media, so what can be the negative impacts of it? We're going to discuss all about this. And at first, I would like to start with a conversation. So, I would like to invite our esteemed member, Mr. Asadujaman Asad, to start the conversation with me. So, Mr. Asad, are we ready? Please turn on the mic. Microphone on korte hobe.
I am ready.
Okay. So at first, I would like to ask you the basic question. How was your day?
The day was very good. In the, all day are busy for office and other field work.
Okay, office and field work. So the day was tiring. So tell me, how often do you use the social media?
Okay. I use social media uh, uh, every day. I communicate my friend, my wisher, and every body.
Uh, do you remember
Sometimes
when did you start using Facebook? Do you remember the year?
yes, year 2012.
12.
2012,
So
I
why did
start.
you so why did you start the Facebook or social media account? Do you remember the reason? Like I remember mine. I opened it because my
Okay.
classmates did, and I think I also opened it back in 2009, a little bit earlier. So that time we opened the Facebook ID for communicating with foreign people. So what was your reason?
But mainly I communicate to my friends and all wishers.
Okay, well wishers and friends, those who are living abroad or out of town, right?
Yes, yes.
So between then and now, what do you think is the difference between the impacts of social media?
Uh, Before, when we start in Facebook, that times use just communicate my friends and well wisher and my relatives. That times I use or reads newspaper and every channel, different channels, BBC, CNN, and every TV channel I was in social media, Facebook.
Okay. So nowadays, you mentioned that social media has become a diversified platform. Suppose when you mentioned that when you open the social media account, I think that time people only used Facebook for communicating with others. But nowadays, it has become much more than this. You can buy
Yes.
and sell things. You can post videos like YouTube, and you can maintain groups and everything. So, do you think it has made our life complicated?
No, sometimes complicated and is easier to life
Okay,
because
sir. Negative impacts only. If you talk about only the positive stuff, it will be very tough
uh,
for me.
negative impact is very negative impact is the Facebook
Yes.
nowadays. Recently, when enjoy the Hindus Durga Puja, the
Yes.
Holy Quran in the
They spread
the
rumors. They spread rumors, and there was a
uh,
big problem due to the rumors.
the podcast that's Facebook and there are times it the horrible position is Bangladesh.
Yes, yes,
So
definitely.
uh, So the bad impact in Facebook and social media.
Yes, I
Uh,
think that's why, because you don't get any authentic source of the news. You just have you can just
of
spread
course,
it.
authentic news already we when we news published in social media, we of course we search the authentic source.
Yes, yes.
Uh, so otherwise, I believe we cannot we can believe it.
Yeah, definitely, because social media is an open platform. Anyone can post anything, and I think that's the issue, right? So
Yes.
how do you think we can prevent this from happening? This kind of rumors and everything, the negative impacts.
Prevent the who use the social media. At first, he identified the source. It is the source of news. It's from the TV channel or famous newspapers on others. Other news events is published the news. So and other other platform, unknown platform, we published any news.
We should not trust them,
We should
right?
trust them.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Mr. Asad, for sharing such a wonderful insight on this topic, and I really enjoyed talking with you. It was enlightening. Thank you, Mr. Asad. Have a nice time.
Have been a nice time. Thank you, sir.
Okay, take care. So now I would like to invite our esteemed member, Miss Parveen Akhtar ma'am. Parveen Akhtar ma'am আছেন শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Good evening.
assalam. Good evening. So ma'am, would you like to do a presentation or conversation regarding this topic, negative impacts of social media?
I like to conversation.
Okay, that's really good. So tell me, how much are you addicted to social media?
Actually, I don't like must most time to use social media, but I don't know when I involve in this media and how much time I spend on it. I
So-
think it has both of effects in our life.
Okay, so ma'am, as you are a rare user of social media, so you must observe that in our surroundings we can see many people who are addicted to social media, like different type of websites. So what do you see in them, the negative impacts? Can you share with us?
Yes, sir. It has it affect in our life in various ways, such as we are depends on social media to maintain our relationships. It makes us lazy. Social media makes our life congested. It makes our brain restless, and most important thing is it is makes a human being self-centered.
Self-centered, that's a nice thing. I think social media has made people unsocial. What is your comment regarding this? Is the statement right? Because suppose you are traveling by a train or bus. In earlier days, whenever people were traveling in bus or train, they used to gossip with each other, get introduced to it. But nowadays, you can see people just busy with their mobile and everything. They even don't know who's traveling with them and why they are traveling.
They spend their time on mobile or social media. They
Yes.
can't see natural beauty. They
Yes.
Don't. They can't enjoy this nature or beauty.
Yeah, I always miss that, because whenever I'm in a journey, I at least meet one or two new people, and I really enjoyed the nature, because that's the only time, especially a journey by train, only to enjoy the weather and atmosphere. So it's actually way waste of time and money if I just concentrate on mobile phone. So tell me, do you think the young generation, they are losing their concentration and they have a short attention span due to excessive use of social media?
Yes, sir. I think it's a bad effect mostly in our uh, future generation who are studying at present. They are affected and most concentrated with social media or mobile phone or electronic devices than their study.
Okay, that's really good. So how can we mitigate this situation? During the pandemic or COVID times, they become overly dependent on their mobile phones and especially the social medias. So how can we get rid of this addiction?
Actually, it not possible. Not only a person. We will do work with unity and uh, media who are maintain the media and who are centered in our country or who are centered in this social media. Uh, all of our help to rid of we can get rid of this problem like those video or those events are harmful for our students or young generation. We cannot post that post, and some people uh, post their sh- to showing them uh,
It's doing show
that
offs. Yes.
show off which uh, other people see it and they uh, they feel angry or sometimes they feel
Frustrated,
bored and
nervous, bored,
frustrated,
shy.
nervous.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Parveen ma'am, thank you for sharing your great opinions, and it was really informative. I got to learn some new perspective from you. So thank you for having conversation with me so far, and have a nice time. Take care, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
I think you will be able to receive the call. That's a great advantage. Okay, anyway, so for the next one, I would like to invite our esteemed member Zinat Farzana ma'am. So, are you ready for the conversation, or would you like to present regarding this topic?
Yep, conversation.
Okay, that's really wonderful. So tell me about social media. What sort of website do you use as social media? Like there are many social
Only
medias
Facebook.
on Facebook.
Yes, sir. Only yes, sir.
Like nowadays, likey TikTok, and also there are Twitter and a lot of social medias around there. So why did you choose Facebook?
So only I can use this platform or the social media for a class, my IS related class.
Okay, so for IELTS related class, you were using the Facebook. So when did you start using Facebook?
Sir, recently when I admitted this session,
Okay, before that?
no, sir.
Okay, you were one rare person that I have met recently who don't use Facebook. So that's a rare case. So I'd like to ask you, as you have observed from a witness eye actually. I would like to call you as a witness because you are not a regular user. So for the negative impacts, I would like to ask you a few questions. Do you observe any negative impacts on working people on social media? Like the working people, they're using social media and they're facing negative things. Have you observed that in your colleagues or in
Yes.
your friends, family?
Yes, sir, because almost if they are working in their working place, in that time, they also scrolling his net or others social media. So in that reason, sometimes they are remember not what are remaining do this work or what work has been done do this. In this reason, they also forgotten some rules or some work.
That's really great. So people are so addicted to social media, and why do you think is the reason behind that? Why are they addicted to Facebook?
There are not specific reason. It must be depend on person. It also depend on the personalities or he or she doing such job, etc.
Okay, and I think the another reason is that people are quite lonely, and that's why they use Facebook. So, do you have anything to say regarding this statement?
This reason also correct, but when he has not all alone, but sir, when he has he also must be engaged other side.
One funny thing is that even people are gathered for social meeting or social reunion, suppose marriage ceremony or wedding or birthday ceremony, they still are using Facebook or any social media just in the corner because they feel more comfortable in social media than in real life. So how do you think is like that?
It is a very much negative impact on our next generation.
Okay. So recently there some evidence has been unearthed by one of the ex-employee of a renowned social media company that nowadays they accuse that she accused that social media is actually making us fools. They're using us to do their business. So
Yes, sir.
what do you think regarding this?
Yes, sir. It is also right that Facebook or social media only use of a business related purpose and also study related purpose.
Okay, and they're also accused the social media for promoting false news or rumors. So I'd like to ask finally, I'd like to know your verdict on this point. That what do you want to do? You want to give a verdict about the social media? Should they be used or should we not use it?
Should be
We should.
used, but it is only on minimum cases or rare cases when there is no found any other option. Then
Okay, so thank you, ma'am, for giving us your opinion without prejudice, and I really enjoyed taking this argument with you. So thank you, and have a nice time. Take care.
thank you, sir.
সো জিনাত ম্যাম, আপনি খেয়াল করেছেন আপনার সাথে কথা বলার জন্য সময় আমি কিন্তু চেষ্টা করেছি যে ল রিলেটেড যেগুলো ওয়ার্ড আছে সেগুলো নিয়ে আসার জন্য যেহেতু সুযোগ
Yes,
খুঁজছিলাম
sir.
যে কীভাবে এগুলোকে ব্যবহার করা যায়। যেমন অনেক ওয়ার্ড আছে, ডিফেন্ডেন্ট, ভার্ডিক্ট, এভিডেন্স,
Yes.
তারপর হচ্ছে অ্যাকিউজ।
Yes, sir.
যাক,
Yes.
এইটা হচ্ছে সুযোগ। আপনার হচ্ছে আপনারা ওটা করতে পারেন যে একটা সহজ উপায় কি, যখন আপনারা সাপোজ এই যে জিনাত ম্যাম হচ্ছেন একজন লয়ার, তার সাথে আমি ল রিলেটেড ভোকাবুলারিটা প্র্যাকটিস করলাম। যে ব্যবসায়ী, তিনি তার ব্যবসায় রিলেটেড ভোকাবুলারিগুলো ব্যবহার করতে পারেন ব্যবসায়ীর সাথে কথা বলার সময়। ছাত্রের সাথে কথা বলার সময় সে যদি সায়েন্সের স্টুডেন্ট হয় সায়েন্স রিলেটেড কথা বলতে পারি, ভোকাবুলারি আনতে পারি। আমাদের দৈনন্দিন জীবনে কিন্তু এই শব্দগুলো দিয়েই কথা বলা যায়। এটা শুধুমাত্র যে আইনের কিতাবে থাকবে বিষয়টা এমন না, বা ব্যবসার গ্রন্থে থাকবে সেটা এমন না, আমাদের ডেইলি লাইফে এই শব্দগুলো আসতে পারে। ওকে,
Yes.
so for the next one I'd like to call our member Mary ma'am. So Mary Dash ma'am, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me, how often do you use social media?
I use
daily social media, but only 2 hours
In a day?
in a day. Only 2 hours in the morning.
Okay, so why do you use social media?
Because I like social media, but very much time use I don't like.
Okay. I actually asked you the question that why do you use Facebook for? Like communicating with your family, or seeing the funny videos, or your favorite shows. What do you do with Facebook?
I also do family relation মানে
Maintain the
পরিবারের বন্ধুদের সাথে
Okay, family,
হ্যাঁ
friends.
maintain the family হ্যাঁ maintain the family band and my unknown friends who কি বলবো যারা ছবি পোস্ট করে মানে যারা অন্য
You
বন্ধুরা
keep
যারা
the
ছবি
updates,
পোস্ট
right?
করে
You keep their updates. You
হ্যাঁ
see
I
their updates.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ see their updates and I like and comment their photos only. And I sometimes see watching news,
Okay, news on Facebook.
TV news or yeah,
News
TV
clips.
news or songs,
Songs. Okay.
music,
So
music.
music. So as you said that you use Facebook in the morning. So did it ever happen that you were so busy using social media that you missed your breakfast, or you got late for an appointment? Suppose you were supposed to go outside, you missed the appointment due to Facebook.
When I go to outside, I don't use this day social media.
No, 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 no. বলেছি যে এমন কি হয়েছে যে আপনি সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া তো সকালে ব্যবহার করেন, সাপোজ ব্রেকফাস্টে লেট হয়ে গেল, ইউজ করতে কখন যে টাইম চলে গেছে টের পাওয়া যায়নি, এমন কি হয়েছে কখনো? হ্যাভ ইউ সিন?
Because I am not.
ওকে, সো হ্যাভ ইউ সিন দিস হ্যাপেন? আপনি কি এটা হতে দেখেছেন? হ্যাভ ইউ সিন ইট এভার হ্যাপেন?
I also see my son sometimes he watching Instagram or Facebook. I told him to take his breakfast, but কি বলবো সে ওই দিকেই বেশি ব্যস্ত
Okay, he didn't
and I
notice.
was angry with him.
So nowadays it is happening that you are being able to control yourself from getting immersed to social media, because I think you have that will, আপনার যে আগ্রহটা আছে, ইচ্ছা শক্তিটা আছে, that's quite good. So thank you ma'am for sharing your opinion regarding this, and hopefully you will keep your will strong, and definitely you will be unaffected from the impacts of Facebook or social medias, the harmful effects. So thank you ma'am, and have a nice time. Enjoy the evening. Okay, now let's see who I have in our midst. So Nilufa Yasmin man ke dekhte pacchi. Are you there? Okay, I'm not getting any response. Nasrin ma'am, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, so Nasrin ma'am, what about you? How much do you use social media in a day?
Thank you, sir. I use for a few time in a day because I have no time waste time.
Okay, you see that it wastes time. So do you feel that people should reduce their time in Facebook or any social medias?
Again, question for me.
Well, I asked for your opinion that do you think that people should use less time in social media?
Less time.
Spend.
Yes, sir. People should use less time in social media because they are many time wasted in this platform, and it's for their bad habit and bad effect for their daily life or daily work. Uh, yeah. They are too much back in their life.
Okay. So you can also ask me questions, ma'am, because conversation is a two-way thing. You have to ask questions and you have to also ask me for
Yes,
opinions.
I ask you, do you use social media if you're another social media?
Yes, definitely I am. I have to use this one, and I strictly use this for either my office purposes, or I use it as my what do they say, journal. I write my travel memories and everything. Sometimes I post photo updates, and I restrict it to my friends only. So that's the case in here. So, ma'am, do you think the young generation, they are getting affected by the negative impacts of social media the most?
Yes, sir. Young generation, this social media is bad impact for new generation because they are almost student. Um, but so this time is improve their next life or transition. They if they are wasted most of the time in a day or in a week or in a month or in their life, it is not good for their everything or their excellent life. Because they cannot understand its effect, but they are addicted in this platform. Next 100 years, our country is falling. Our country will fall in a dangerous situation for our next generation. Face dangerous situation for our next generation.
Okay, that's really a dark prediction, and I uh, sincerely hope and pray that that day may never come. We will overcome this situation and we'll definitely find a great solution. So, thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts regarding this topic, and I really enjoyed
আমার
talking with you.
অনেক ঘুম ধরেছে স্যার, আমি ঘুমের মধ্যে বলতে পারতেছিলাম না স্যার।
Okay, it's no issues.
আমি
Thank you for
tired.
joining. Thank you for joining until now, and take rest. You will need it because our body needs a solid sleep. So thank you for joining this long.
হ্যাঁ, অনেক ঘুম ধরেছে, টায়ার্ড অনেক।
যাক, সমস্যা নেই ম্যাম, rest time. Thanks for joining. Have a nice time. Good night, ma'am.
থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So now let me call our next participant, Mr. Samir Rahman.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm also fine.
Okay, that's really wonderful to hear. So tell me, how much active are you in Facebook or any social media?
Oh, yes. It's really a good thing for every social people. I'm being engaged little bit. I try to avoid our schooling ground on social page. So yeah, I am also be a user, but I try to avoid it. I'm a little bit user.
Okay, you are a little bit user. So, what do you think? Using social media is a positive thing, or day by day the
Hello,
negative
sir.
impacts are increasing?
Yes, sir. Yeah, obviously we are like some are positivity, some are disadvantage we are getting up there. But I think as per my opinion, and when you feel it can makes you less alone, and when and you are updated with every information by social media, and you can communicate with your old friends,
Yeah, definitely.
and yeah, and you get to buy suppose you are in COVID situation at home, you are stuck in a situation. That time you can communicate with others to save yourself, and you can also you can buy on social media to see lots of things. Suppose you need to buy a dress, so you can easily use of the social media. You can get regarding using the social media, you get to buy online shop. So I think you may be used to, I don't know, but I am used to buy in social media,
Well,
and
basically,
we
I'm
are
used to buying.
great.
I have only did some marketing, and I ordered books only from Facebook and Facebook page, and
Okay.
I think I bought two electronic devices also from the marketplace in Facebook. So I'm getting used to it, but there are so many negative impacts, especially people are spreading false news and rumors. So what do you think regarding this?
Yeah, obviously.
So can you elaborate? Have you
It's
faced such?
really
Have you faced
very
any situation like this that you
sorry.
you got to know some false news which are being spread through Facebook? Have you got such false news in Facebook? Have you ever seen? Suppose I would
No,
like
actually,
to.
I didn't
Well,
come from.
no, no, no. I would like to ask you. Do you remember that several times when ATM Shamsujjaman was declared dead, the veteran actor, and those were false news. He was alive. When he was taken to hospital, some of the people, some of the evil people, they actually declared that in Facebook that the veteran actor is no more. So these are such false news. So have you ever seen things like this? Don't you remember? ওই ঘটনার কথা বলছিলাম যে যখন হচ্ছে এটিএম শামসুজ্জামান উনি অসুস্থ ছিলেন, তো ফেসবুকে একবার একটা গুজব ছড়ালো যে উনি মারা গেছেন। শেষে ওনার বাসায় যে স্টেটমেন্ট নেওয়া হলো যে না ঠিক আছে উনি জ্যান্ত আছে। সো দিস ইজ দ্য ফলস নিউজ আই এম টকিং অ্যাবাউট। হ্যাভ ইউ ফেস সাচ এ থিং? I think Mr. Sami is stuck. Due to some reasons, Mr. Sami, I cannot hear you at all. বাকিরা শুনতে পাচ্ছেন আমাকে? দেখি মাইক্রোফোন অন করেন দেখি। আমি কাউকে শুনতে পাচ্ছি না কিন্তু।
স্যার আপনাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ ইয়েস, যাক আপনাদের রেসপন্স পেয়ে ভালো লাগলো যে না আমি আছি কানেক্টেড। মিস্টার সামি নেটওয়ার্কের ইস্যু হচ্ছে। Okay, he's stuck. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Sami, for your opinions, and hopefully, with the better network, we can talk more later. So, thank you and have a nice time. Okay, so let me ask Mr. Farabi Raihan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, that is more of that. Hello,
Okay,
sir. Hello, sir.
hello,
Sir,
Mr.
can you
Sami.
hear me?
Now I can hear you. So, thank you for sharing your opinion, Mr. Sami. Hopefully, we'll talk more later. Okay, so Mr. Farabi, how was your day?
Yes, sir. Fine. Too much work, working day, because I am working in factory, so too much work in the factory.
Okay, too much work pressure. So how much do you use social media?
Uh, I have to use social media every day because of we have to networking each other in social media because
Yes,
our
yes.
office colleague or my friends, my family, each and everyone connected in social media. Otherwise, because of everyone we are corporate, so
Yes,
that
yes.
we didn't meet any other each other. So for this reason, we have to communicate only social media. So for this reason, it is so much important for us
To
because
maintain
of
the relation, right? The social media.
maintain the relation.
So
But
does it
there are
seem like a
also
duty? Does it seem like a
uh,
duty to you?
sometimes it have to duty because of some of my customer are asking me in my Facebook messenger that what was my production status, what about how was my goods, and sometimes we send we send mailing, but sometimes we have to share many things in Facebook or Messenger or to communicate with them because of it is easy and they can also send some photos or from their store of of their store which uh, which uh, uh, which they use only on Facebook.
Okay, okay.
So
Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. There are a lot of
marketplace.
things. So, Mr.
Yes, yes.
Farabi, about social media, as you maintain a corporate profile in your Facebook, so have you ever received any message late in night asking about service or good? Suppose like you just woke up by the notification at 3 or 4 a.m., which is not actually the office hour, but still some of your customer colleague or someone just gave you a message regarding your work. So have you received such messages before?
So, many of times I was receiving that sort of problem because
How
of
does it feel?
when yeah, it is too much boring because of
Irritating.
when the irritating because of
Yes.
when the shipment pressure when customer need the goods, then
Yes.
always they push them and always push to us to sending the goods whatever the condition. But I said I was saying that sir that it was night, so how I put to you about this thing.
Hmm.
So it is too much irritating. So sometimes, many of times, I switch off my mobile and all messenger, WhatsApp, and everything. Then
To get
go to
a
the sleep because of
get a solid hour of sleep, you don't want any disturbances.
yes, 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 yes,
That's really a good thing because suppose after having a tiring day at office, you were just there to communicate with your friends. Suppose a friend who
yes,
is
yes.
living out of town or abroad, you were chatting with him or her, sharing opinions. Then suppose a customer knocked you. So how would it feel? It's quite difficult because they only see that you are active in Facebook. That means you are available to talk, and they sometimes call you without any kind of reason in Messenger. Does it ever happen?
Yes, 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 yes.
Actually, I think there people don't maintain any social courtesy, especially in Messenger. Sometimes they call without permission. So, what do you think regarding this? Is it negative?
Yeah, it is obviously negative these things because of I didn't want to. Sometime I didn't want to talk with someone or
Yes, yes.
something else, but they call him as messenger. I didn't have the option that to talk with him. That I didn't talk with him, but he continuously calling me
Yes, yes.
about this. So it is
Nagging.
so much irritating
This
and
is, yeah, and irritating and nagging also, because
yes, yes,
they are not understanding the proper etiquettes. That sometimes you have to ask that if you're free or not. This is the, I think, social.
free or not.
Yes, yes. So that's the thing. So what do you think is the solution, or is there any kind of alternative things that we can use? Like, how can we
Then
change these negative impacts?
there is because of we didn't change this thing because of so the networking social media is impact of social media in various fields. There is also many positive things, also negative things.
Okay.
The but because of in the corona situation, we have to use social media or internet each and everything. There is so much positive things in this situation. The education, sometimes the education, many of the students doing their education on social media. So know about many things. They have the group of it.
Yes, yes,
They have a
definitely.
group uh, to learn these things. But they are also have the negative effect of social media because of the education. The some student, if it is main reason is this problem using the social media. Some student effectively didn't go the class and didn't communicate each other for these things. uh,
Yes,
and
you pointed out a very important thing. So we have to restrain, we have to control, and we have to learn the proper etiquettes of social media. Thus, we can improve this situation, right, Mr. Farabi?
improve the situation. Yes,
Okay, so
yes, yes, yes.
thank you for sharing such an what do they say, realistic experiences with me. I really enjoyed talking with you, and thanks for sharing these experiences.
Yes, yes. You are most welcome.
Okay, take care and enjoy the evening. Okay,
Thank you.
so now I can see Mr. Saim Hussain. Mr. Saim, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Saim, uh, how much active you are now in social media than in the COVID times? এখন কতটা বেশি অ্যাক্টিভ আছেন বা কম আছেন কোভিড টাইমসের তুলনায়?
A lot of much more than.
So you were less active in COVID time?
Yeah, with no work.
Okay, so what do you think changed during this time?
Okay.
What do you think changed?
What the meaning of change?
Okay, I think the change
Changing, right?
চেঞ্জ পরিবর্তন, যে কোভিডের সাথে
Oh,
বর্তমান
change.
সময় আপনার বললেন যে বেশি সময় ব্যয় করছেন, তাহলে পরিবর্তনটা কি এসেছে? ওয়াই?
Because the COVID time I have no class. Now I have a class.
ওকে,
Then all the browsing, studying, musing. Then I lot of busy in social media.
okay, so apart from Facebook, is there any social media that you use? Suppose Instagram?
Yeah,
Twitter.
I also use lot of apps.
No, not app, just social medias.
Yeah, social media also. Yeah.
So can you name some of them?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WeChat, Alipay.
Okay, Alipay, they are not social media actually. WeChat is kind of, it's an
WeChat is-
instant messenger.
Alipay also.
Alipay is a e-commerce platform, right?
Also both. Because
Both.
Bangladeshi people think that Alipay is business.
Business,
But
yes, I also thought
WeChat,
that.
they are all.
Okay, you can also share your opinions. It's a social platform, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think, what do you think about the negative impacts of social media in our lives?
Because it's fake news. It's in Bangladesh people like Facebook. All time is fake news. This is not negativity.
Okay, so you think the fake news are affecting on us, right? Having great impact. So have you faced any situation or have you noticed something like that in Facebook? Can you share one experience with us?
Because sometimes I buy some product or something. This also sending the because I bought one product and sending the money, then block him. I don't contact anything.
Okay, so that happened. You got cheated from social media.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one thing. People are creating fake profiles and they are, well, I forgot to talk about the most important thing. Many of the people are using fake profiles in social media, right? That's a big problem.
Yes.
So I think that was also a fake page or fake profile.
Yes. I don't link, not mutual friends this year. How to find these pages. verified or non-verified.
Yes.
So this problem.
Yes, that's an important part. I think it's very what did they say, urgent, so that we can verify that the authenticity of that news or that page. If they have any showroom or shop, we have to verify all this. And
Yeah.
what about people? Do you think people are the same in social media and real life?
In real life, social media is not same because social media is not face-to-face talking, but real life you talk to face-to-face. Then where is the shop? Where is the address? You find them. Okay.
Okay, that's really good. So, do you have anything to say regarding this? Do you have anything more to say? What is your final opinion regarding this, or verdict? Social media is a bad thing or good thing overall?
Social media, you use the social media is a good thing. Usually your opinion. You use
Actually, it's
the
in
good
your
thing
hands,
is good
right?
opinion. Yes, opinion.
Okay, that's a really good thing. So, thank you, Mr. Saim, for sharing your great philosophy on this matter. I really enjoyed it, especially the last line you said that Facebook or social media is good or bad. It actually depends on us how we are using it, right?
Yep.
যে কিভাবে এটা ব্যবহার করছি, that's important. So thank you, Mr. Saim, for sharing this one. I really enjoyed talking with you, and enjoy the night. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. সো মোটামুটি এই ছিল আজকে আমাদের এই অবস্থা, এবং আজকে আমাদের মেম্বার মিস্টার রাখিল গাজী, তার সাথে একটু পরিচয় করে দেবো। সো মিস্টার রাখিল যেহেতু আজকে প্রথমবারের মতো জয়েন করেছেন, প্রত্যেকের নাম সম্পর্কে আপনার ধারণা হয়েছে, কিন্তু আপনার সম্পর্কে আমরা কিছুই জানি না, আমাদের মেম্বার্সরা জানেন না। সো ক্যান ইউ or would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so please. Okay.
I'm from Noshindi.
And what are you doing right now? Studying, doing a job?
I'm studying right now in Noshindi Government College.
Okay, and what are you doing apart from studying? Like, are you preparing for IELTS or whatever? What are you planning to do in the future?
I have a future plan and preparation for IELTS in TalentHut.
Okay, that's really good to hear. So, Mr. Rakhil, আজকের সেশনটা কেমন লাগলো বলেন? নেক্সট দিন থেকে কিন্তু আর্টিকেল রিডিং সেশন থেকে আপনার পার্টিসিপেশন পুরোপুরি শুরু হবে। সো আপনি বলুন যে আজকের সেশনটা শুনে কেমন লাগলো?
স্যার ভালো লাগছে, এটা আমার প্রথম অনলাইন ক্লাস।
ওকে,
সবকিছু মিলে।
সো ডু ইউ থিঙ্ক অনলাইন ক্লাসেস আর ইফেক্টিভ? কি মনে হয় কতটুকু আমরা এটা করতে পারছি, বা আপনি কতটুকু নিতে পারছেন এখান থেকে?
স্যার যেহেতু এটা আমার প্রথম ক্লাস, আমার মনে হয় আমার একটু সময় লাগবে।
আচ্ছা, আর আজকের যে সেশনটা ছিল স্পেসিফিক্যালি প্রেজেন্টেশন এবং কনভারসেশন ভিত্তিক, সেটা কতটুকু মনে হয়েছে আপনার কাছে যে না কার্যকরী, বা কেমন লেগেছে ওভারঅল?
জি স্যার, এটা আমার কাছে খুব ভালো লেগেছে। আমার মনে হয় এটা সবার জন্য ভালো, আমার জন্য ভালো।
অবভিয়াসলি, এবং আমি চাইবো যে আপনি রেগুলারলি জয়েন করবেন এবং পার্টিসিপেট করবেন। সবচেয়ে বড় কথা, উই নিড পার্টিসিপেন্টস হিয়ার। ভুল হোক শুদ্ধ হোক সেটা পরের বিষয়, অ্যাট ফার্স্ট ভুল করতেই হবে, কারণ ভুল যখন করবেন তখন সেখান থেকেই শুদ্ধ করার রাস্তা বের হবে। কারণ ইফ ইউ আর নট রং দেন ইউ মাস্ট বি রাইট। ভুল হবে, ভুল কারেকশনের জায়গা তৈরি হবে। সো দ্যাটস অল ফর টুডে এভরিওয়ান। থ্যাংক ইউ ফর জয়নিং আস, অ্যান্ড হোপফুলি আইল বি ব্যাক। আমাদের এই আর্টিকেলটা কিন্তু এখনও শেষ করা বাকি আছে, আমাদের কিছু পার্ট আছে, তো আমরা নেক্সট দিন আর্টিকেলটা শেষ করব। আর যেহেতু আজকে উইকেন্ডের শেষ সেশন, তো দেখা হচ্ছে একেবারে শনিবারে। সো আনটিল দ্য নেক্সট, এনজয় ইউর উইকেন্ড অ্যান্ড হ্যাভ আ নাইস টাইম। টেক কেয়ার এভরিওয়ান। গুড নাইট।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহ। গুড নাইট, হ্যাভ আ নাইস টাইম।
Good night.